KSC, presence. When this tiny wiener got into a lion's cage, the big cat's reaction was pure animal instinct. Through the ages, many people have believed cats and dogs to be mortal enemies. So one could be forgiven for thinking that when it comes to big cats and little dogs, the ill feeling would be even more intense. When one wiener entered a lion's lair, however, the feline's reaction shocked everybody. Bonedigger the lion grew up at the Greater Wynnewood Exotic Animal Park, a shelter for wild animals based in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. And thanks to the staff at the park, the big cat received the expert care that he needed to thrive. Things weren't always easy for Bonedigger, though. He was born with a bone disease that caused him difficulty when walking. Luckily for him, though, there was someone at the park who understood the hardships that he faced. That's because the park's manager, John Rank, had lost both his legs in a bungee accident. In 1994, Rank was taking part in a jump when he fell 55 feet through a trapdoor. "I broke my hip, my back, and shattered both feet and raked my intestines," he told the Daily Mail in 2014. "My wife Christy couldn't recognize me when she first saw me. When I finally woke up, the doctors told me that I would never walk again." The accident marked the start of a particularly low period in Rank's life. However, his bond with Bonedigger and another lion named Tony helped him through. "Bringing up Bonedigger and Tony helped me recover, especially my relationship with Bonedigger," the zookeeper later revealed. "They used to live with me in the house," he explained. "I raised them both with bottled formula and raw meat until they grew too big for the house. Bonedigger's like a dog. When he hasn't seen me for ages, he gets all excited and runs up to me." When the time came, Rank transferred Bonedigger and Tony to their own enclosures. Away from everyday human interaction, it was possible that they would allow their big cat instincts to take over. Rank hence took a step back from the lions. But luckily for him, he still had his 3 pet dachshunds, Milo, Bullet and Angel. Another wiener named Abby also called the park home. And though small, the dog was fearless and didn't bat an eyelid at her big cat neighbors. In fact, she was so courageous that one day she got into Bonedigger's enclosure. We can perhaps imagine what might have happened when the pair first met, but here's how it started to play out in a video of the encounter. When Bonedigger notices the little dog infringing on his space, his eyes widen. Then, as his instincts kick in, he starts chasing Abby, who is seemingly unaware of the deadly lion on her tail. No one could have guessed what Bonedigger would do when he caught the dachshund, and yet the reality of the situation was very different. In the wild, lions are perfectly capable of tackling animals as large as buffaloes and rhinos. So, should Bonedigger have fancied a bit of Abby, he would have made short work of her. But instead of pouncing on the dog, he lightly tapped her with his nose. It appeared that they were enjoying a game of tag. It turned out, in fact, that Bonedigger and Abby had a uniquely close bond due to the fact that they had grown up together. Indeed, the dachshund and the lion had spent time together since they were newborns. They were probably all introduced between the ages of 6 to 9 weeks old, a park staff member told Love Nature in 2014. However, by that time, the lion was already much bigger than Abby. As a result, he took on a protective role. Bonedigger just mothered it, Rank revealed. And since then, the pair have been almost inseparable. In fact, although some would consider Rank an expert on the subject of lions, the unusual friendship shocked even him. "I can't say that I've ever seen anything like this bond," he said. "They're always just loving on each other." Bonedigger gets along with all 4 of the wiener dogs, but for some reason Abby gets away with a lot more. You see, although Bonedigger and Abby appear to have little in common, they're actually more similar than one might think. Lions may be well known for their hunting prowess, but determined little dachshunds also have a killer instinct. People originally bred the dogs to hunt badgers, as their distinctively short legs are perfect for maneuvering through tunnels. It also helps that Wiener dogs seem to be completely unaware of their diminutive size. This means that Abby plays confidently with Bonedigger without any real fear of him hurting her. In fact, Abby and her fellow dachshunds like to think that they're in charge. Believe it or not, the Wiener dogs actually overpower him, Rank revealed. One minute they'll be running around the house chasing him and the next minute he's chasing them. So they reverse roles. Nowadays, Rank only separates Bonedigger from the dogs when he needs to do some weeding in the lion's enclosure. You see, the Wieners and the big cat hate being apart, even for a short time, and as a result, the reunion is always an emotional one. As soon as I'm done weeding, I let the Wiener dogs back in and Bonedigger counts his Wiener dogs, makes sure that they're all there, Rank revealed. He loves on them. They even lick his mouth and lay on him, roll over. It's a pretty cool reunion. At the end of the day, Rank is happy that Bonedigger found happiness after the animal helped him overcome his darkest times. Bonedigger's my favorite lion here on the park and Abby's just really his biggest companion, he said. I think there's a bigger bond between Abby and Bonedigger than the other 3 Wiener dogs. The lesson that you get from Abby and Bonedigger together is he's a wild animal, but he can be tamed, Rank concluded. A Wiener dog is a tamed animal, but it can be wild. There's a little bit of each animal in each one of them. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.